We are here to do your channel messages and what I see for your star sign in each month. Now, if you do like this content, remember to click the bell. And also we do have a brand new edition, which is the Romance Zone. So stay tuned for that. I will be bringing those channel messages with the tarot live by mid-month. So if you do wish this content ahead of the game, you can join a YouTube membership where I pre-release these a week ahead. Take care, and let's have a look at what I see for your zodiac sign this month. Welcome back. Yes, as mentioned, we do have that brand new edition. It will be on premiere, released to both a YouTube membership and a podcast. Hard to think then. So come join us and enjoy the mid-month perks. Okay, without further ado, let's have a look at your channel messages and what I see coming through for your zodiac sign. Okay, this is pretty transformative for you guys, and I do feel the pressure has, I'm hearing, take the pressure down. And it really feels as though there's been, for some of you, a lot of overwhelm, a lot going on, a lot of exhaustion, and almost like you've got so many balls in the air, but there's so many things to care about. Look, this is very transformative for your life, and some of you can have these major breakthroughs. And I do feel it's not just for 2023 in January, but really moving forward. This is really setting you up for a brand new chapter, and it can feel particularly personal at this point in time. I do especially feel surrounding your love life and, you know, your contract sector. There is, at a personal level, you can be feeling as though everything is on the other person's side, but this is really here to show you that no, you know, it's almost like from a manifestation point of view, we can actually manifest things in towards us, but sometimes we can feel everyone's making decisions for us. And I feel in this instant, it's going to be this very vivacious, confident Aries coming through. I feel some of you are out to prove something, or it's something to fill that void, but this could be for a natural reason, or it could just be a circumstance that's playing it around you nevertheless. I do particularly feel some of you are wanting to broaden your horizons. You know, you want to reach for the top. You want to get yourself out of old situations that don't resonate with you. Get yourself out of a funk. There you go. Some of you, where it does come to love, I do feel that you're wanting to be the best version of yourself, and it's this real strict energy. It's almost like this perfectionism, potentially inside of relationships, be it in your current relationship or your friendship groups, or you know, previous relationship. You psychologically felt, and again, it's not psychological advice, it's metaphor. You felt as though you needed to be X, Y, and Z. I kind of feel something inside of that is shifting, and I do feel individuals are really looking at you as so much more than you understand yourself to be. So I do feel it's perspective based. Some of you, I'm feeling you don't believe you can have it all. And I do feel this is going to be one of those oxymorons, and I feel this year is really going to show you the polar opposite. It's that you can, but it is all about belief. I do feel for some of you, you can feel overwhelmed in the mix of this, though. I'm seeing a lot of coming and going, and I feel some of you are just so mentally burnt out over the last few years, probably since August. I do feel some of that rat race is really going to change as we do move forward. Some of you are wanting to just get back to basics, to get into a routine. So there's two sides to your facade. You know, one element of it is really screaming, let's get our ducks in a row. And the other is really saying, let's get out and about. Let's go make that happen. You know, let's jump in the deep end. And I feel you've got this mental battle at the moment in a conundrum. I don't feel this is in one domain of your life. I do really feel this is in multiple areas. I do feel some of you are going to need car repairs. I'm sorry. But I also feel a change in contract is a huge potential here. But your purpose in life, you could be really looking at your belief systems inside your life and how at times maybe that you felt quite burdened, quite restricted. This might have been because you were there for everyone, but maybe people were unable to be there for you in some shape or form. I also feel confidence pertaining to career status is also coming up. I do feel in the area of love, this is going to mark an exclusive change. I don't know why I'm using the term exclusive, but it potentially can be quite large. And I do feel what you're really looking for in a connection at this point in time, be it you're in the connection or you're single, is something that's more stable, something that's more intimate and connected, that you can be the good, the bad, and the ugly with this person, but also to complement each other in some fashion. For those of you in a relationship, I do see your partner's energy going through a transformation. This may be changes in job, changes in circumstances relating to family. I do particularly feel that on their side of the fence, there may be a subject to do with an unwell relative. It could just be that this person is getting on. I do feel some of you can go through a massive change this year, but I definitely feel that what you're playing for is keeps and you won't have any ifs and buts about it. Some of you can be doing shadow work based around intimate wounds of the past. And I'm hearing the term, I just have to let this go. I do think it's going to ease up, but I do think it's there for a reason. You know, sometimes it's almost like our eyeballs are guided to a certain circumstance in our life. And for the life of us, we can't really understand why it keeps coming up. It's because we need to reach closure in some elements. And for other points, it's to gain a fresh perspective, something we didn't see. I'm hearing the term revelations. In your career sector, I do feel a sudden shift. Some of you are actually networking and attempting to transition careers. Some of you may actually get a pay increase, but I feel this is coming more by mid-month. I'm hearing right in the nick of time, but I do feel whatever this is, it is going to go through a transformation. You may be responsible for a larger group energy. It may be going up in rank. And I do feel wealth-related dynamics around your career sector, it's going to change. It's like quite drastic, quite sudden. And I just keep hearing right in the nick of time. I do feel some of you through your stress, you might have been feeling, okay, am I stable? I feel you've been really reworking that over the last few years of what you deem as stable. Some of you could be looking at a physical asset and wondering, what do I do with this? Do I keep it? Do I sell it? Do I rent it? Like, this could be a physical piece of land or property, and you could also be looking at investing. This could be a second one, for instance, something that is going to some sort of investment. I do feel some of you are going to get a pay rise, or if this is a transition of career, it is going to give you more than what you expected, but I do see it continuing to grow, especially by mid-year. Don't be surprised if this gets even bigger. I do feel if you've put any major decisions on hold around a property or material value, I do feel you will revisit it further in the year. I do feel surrounding your family, there is this feeling that you're put in between a rock and a hard place, but ultimately I do see that that's going to kind of ease up. I do feel there's support surrounding you, but I also feel you're showing up in some sense as a support also. I do feel for those of you that aren't happy, you will pull the pin on circumstances. You're ready to boss up, and I do feel there could be some secrets that are coming out into the open. I definitely see opportunities for reconciliations here. I also do see a pocket group of you are going to have a bit of a secret tomorrow. This person you could be aware of. You could know who this person is. I do really feel they're pushing the point. I feel the problem is they remind you of a time you'd rather not remember. In the area of wellness, I do think some of you are going to be quite social this month, and I do feel you're putting a commitment. This can be joining a gym. This may be joining a group coaching session. It just feels something group orientated, but it does feel very positive. Some of you, it can be with friends that you're making a pact together. You're making a binding agreement. It could be based on New Year's resolutions. I do feel you could be looking at a large undertaking, and this can be a renovation for some of you. But overall, relating to your wellness, I do feel you're ready to get back on track. But it's almost like you're trying to get little pieces of the puzzle back into place so that you can physically move forward and you can feel more like you're in a sense of a routine. I do feel, while you're productive and busy, you're away from the mind, but when you're not, it's becoming problematic. And I would say pacifiers, you're going to be more strict with yourself around this time. This can even be disillusionment. I do really see that this year. A lot of people can really be looking at their physical belief systems, their beliefs in religion. There could be a huge question mark over that. That can come down to tarot readers, psychics, astrologers, and it's going to be something major. It's almost like we can spiritually have a little bit of an existential crisis, and that's potentially because when you do deal with anything relating to Pisces, it is very much the spiritual realm of things. So when it comes down to the physical 3D, it's almost like we're going through this transition. Let's really anchor it and ground it on. I call it the Dana Scully and Mulder effect on X-Files. We need to make things practical, and it's almost that question that we can go through. It's like, has Gaia forsaken me, so to speak? And I do really feel you're going to be liberating yourself beyond this. But I do feel from a spiritual point of view, some of your dreams can come true, but you're going to have a breakthrough within the mind. Love and light. Come back and see us during the month. I hope to see you for a mid-month romance update. I trust that you look after yourselves. I'd love to have. Otherwise, come through and grab these ahead of the crowd and get them a week ahead. I will see you during the month. Take care, beautifuls.